Have you ever ruined something simply because you told the wrong person too soon? Have you ever noticed that the more you explain yourself, the less people seem to understand you? What if some of the biggest problems in your life are not caused by what you do, but by what you reveal? Imagine living with a calm mind, fewer conflicts, stronger relationships, and greater respect, not by speaking more, but by mastering the forgotten art of silence. The ancient Stoics believed that words are powerful, but silence is even more powerful. They understood that not every thought deserves a voice, not every victory needs an audience, and not every plan should be shared before it becomes reality. In today's world, people are encouraged to share everything, every opinion, every achievement, every emotion, every goal. Social media rewards exposure. Society celebrates constant expression. But wisdom often grows in silence. In this video, you'll discover 10 things you should quietly keep to yourself if you want greater peace, emotional control, and inner strength. These timeless Stoic lessons can protect your happiness, strengthen your character, and help you avoid unnecessary suffering. Stay until the end, because the final lesson is the one that most people ignore, and it may completely change the way you communicate with the world. One of the wisest decisions you can make is to protect your biggest goals until they have grown strong enough to stand on their own. Many people become excited about a new dream and immediately begin telling everyone around them. They announce their business idea before launching it, talk about the book they plan to write before completing a single chapter, or share ambitious goals long before they have developed the habits required to achieve them. While this may feel motivating at first, it often comes with hidden costs. The more people you tell, the more opinions you invite into your life. Some people will question your abilities because they cannot imagine accomplishing what you are trying to achieve. Others may project their own fears onto you, convincing you that your dream is unrealistic or too risky. Even those who genuinely care about you may unknowingly create pressure by constantly asking about your progress, making you feel as though you have to prove something before you are ready. Every conversation about your dream consumes mental energy that could have been invested in taking real action. Dreams are often most vulnerable in their early stages, and too much outside noise can weaken the confidence they need to grow. The truly disciplined understand that quiet action is far more powerful than loud intentions. They know that success is not built through endless conversations but through consistent work repeated day after day, often in complete silence. Instead of seeking applause before they have earned it, they focus on becoming the kind of person who can produce extraordinary results. Like a seed buried beneath the soil, real growth happens where no one can see it. The seed does not announce that it will become a mighty tree, it simply grows, day after day, until its strength can no longer be hidden. Your goals deserve that same protection. Let your habits become stronger than your promises, and let your progress speak louder than your plans. There is something incredibly powerful about surprising people with results instead of impressing them with announcements. When success finally arrives, it needs no explanation because the evidence is visible for everyone to see. Protect your vision, guard your focus, and resist the temptation to seek validation before the work is done. Keep your eyes on the process, trust that every quiet step is moving you closer to your destination, and remember that the loudest statement you can ever make is not what you say you will accomplish, it is what you quietly accomplish when no one is watching. Your personal struggles are some of the most sensitive parts of your life, and not everyone deserves a front-row seat to them. In difficult moments, it is natural to want someone to listen, to understand your pain, and to remind you that you are not alone. Sharing your burdens with a trusted friend, a wise mentor, or a loved one who genuinely cares can bring comfort, clarity, and healing. But there is a significant difference between seeking guidance from people who have earned your trust and making your private battles available to everyone. The reality is that not every person who listens truly cares. Some are simply curious. Others may quietly judge your situation, turn your struggles into gossip, or remember your moments of weakness long after you have moved on. The more widely you expose your pain, the more control you give others over your personal story. Your hardships are deeply personal experiences that deserve respect, not casual discussion. They are chapters of your life that are still being written, and they should not become entertainment for people who have no intention of helping you heal. True emotional strength is not about pretending that everything is perfect or bottling up every emotion until you break. It is about developing the wisdom to know who has earned the privilege of hearing your deepest struggles. Strong people understand that vulnerability is powerful only when it is shared with those who have proven they can handle it with compassion, honesty, and respect. Instead of searching for sympathy from people who cannot change your circumstances, invest your energy in becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable of overcoming them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience, deepen your character, and discover strengths you never knew you possessed. Let your pain shape your growth instead of defining your identity. Some battles are meant to be fought quietly, not because you are alone, but because your focus should remain on healing rather than explaining yourself to the world. There is great dignity in carrying yourself with calm strength, even during life's hardest seasons. Protect your heart, choose your confidence carefully, and remember that trust should always be earned, never assumed. The strongest people are not those who reveal everything to everyone. They are the ones who know when to speak, when to remain silent, and how to protect their peace while continuing to move forward with courage and grace. One of the purest signs of good character is the ability to do something kind without needing anyone else to know about it. In today's world, many acts of generosity are quickly followed by a camera, a social media post, or a story designed to show others how compassionate someone is. While sharing good deeds can sometimes inspire others, there is a danger when recognition becomes the real motivation. The moment kindness is performed primarily for praise, likes, or admiration, its purpose begins to change. True kindness is not a performance, it is a reflection of who you are when no one is watching. The greatest acts of generosity often happen in complete silence, helping someone who can never repay you, encouraging a stranger without expecting thanks, giving without revealing your name, or lifting another person during their darkest moment simply because it is the right thing to do. These quiet moments may never receive applause, but they shape your character in ways that public recognition never can. A person who does good only when others are watching is building an image. A person who does good in private is building integrity. There is also another reason to keep your acts of kindness private: it protects the dignity of the person receiving your help. No one wants their hardship to become someone else's opportunity for attention. When you help quietly, you allow others to keep their self-respect while still receiving the support they need. That is compassion at its highest level. Every unseen act of generosity strengthens qualities that cannot be measured by the world: humility, empathy, patience, and a sincere desire to make life better for someone else. Over time, these quiet choices transform your heart. You become less concerned with being seen as a good person and more focused on simply being one. The world may never know the lives you touched, the burdens you helped carry, or the tears you quietly wiped away, but those moments are never wasted. They become part of the foundation of your character and leave a lasting impact that reaches far beyond public recognition. Remember, the brightest light does not always seek the spotlight. The strongest souls are often those who give the most, expect the least, and walk away without needing anyone to know their name. In the end, your greatest legacy will not be the kindness that people applauded, it will be the kindness you offered simply because your heart chose compassion over recognition. One of the smartest habits you can develop is learning to keep your next move hidden until your actions are strong enough to speak for themselves. In today's world, many people feel the urge to announce every plan before they have taken the first real step. They share their business ideas before building the business, talk about career changes before gaining the necessary skills, reveal investment plans before making the investment, or discuss personal goals long before they have become consistent habits. While this can feel exciting, it often opens the door to distractions that were never necessary. The more people who know your plans, the more opinions you invite. Some will question your decisions because they see the world through the lens of their own fears. Others may unintentionally discourage you by pointing out every possible risk or reminding you of past failures. Even well-meaning friends and family can create pressure by constantly asking for updates, making you feel as though you must justify your progress before you're ready. Every unnecessary conversation about your future consumes mental energy that could have been spent building it. Great dreams grow best when they are protected from unnecessary noise, just as a young tree needs shelter before it becomes strong enough to withstand powerful winds. Silence is not secrecy born from fear, it is discipline born from focus. When you keep your next move private, your attention stays where it belongs, on the work itself. You stop seeking approval and start seeking progress. You no longer waste time defending your vision because your energy is invested in making that vision real. Quiet preparation creates confidence because every day you are improving instead of explaining. There is a unique strength in allowing your achievements to introduce you instead of your promises. When people finally notice your success, they are not hearing about your plans, they are witnessing the results of your commitment. This approach also protects your peace. Fewer opinions mean fewer doubts planted in your mind, fewer distractions pulling you away from your purpose, and less pressure to meet other people's expectations. Move with patience, prepare with consistency, and let your actions become your loudest voice. The most successful people often make their greatest moves in silence, not because they are hiding from the world, but because they understand that real progress happens behind the scenes. Let your work remain unseen until it becomes impossible to ignore, and remember that success never needs a grand announcement, it naturally speaks for itself through the life you quietly build. Keep your family's private matters within your home. Every family experiences disagreements, misunderstandings, and difficult seasons. Sharing every conflict with outsiders may bring temporary emotional relief, but it often creates long-term damage. Once personal family matters become public, they are difficult to take back. Opinions multiply, trust weakens, and unnecessary judgment enters relationships. Stoicism teaches loyalty, responsibility, and thoughtful communication. Before speaking about those closest to you, ask yourself whether your words solve the problem or simply spread it. Respect creates stronger families than public criticism ever will. Protecting your family's dignity does not mean ignoring serious issues that require professional help or trusted guidance. It means understanding the difference between seeking wise advice and turning private struggles into public conversations. The people who matter most deserve your protection, especially when they are not present to defend themselves. Money can open doors, create opportunities, and provide comfort, but it can also attract attention that does not always come from good intentions. Many people feel the need to display their wealth through expensive purchases, luxury lifestyles, or constant reminders of their financial success, believing that these things will earn them admiration and respect. Yet the more you make your possessions the center of your identity, the more you invite envy, comparison, manipulation, and relationships built on personal gain rather than genuine care. Some people may begin to value what you own more than who you are. Others may silently compete with you or judge your worth based on your financial status. In the process, you can lose the simple peace that comes from living without the pressure to impress anyone. True confidence never depends on proving your success to the world. The people who are most secure in themselves rarely feel the need to announce what they own, because they understand that wealth is a tool to improve life, not a trophy to seek constant attention. A quiet life often protects not only your finances but also your peace of mind and the authenticity of your relationships. Real success is measured far beyond the size of a bank account or the value of material possessions. Wealth can disappear through unexpected circumstances, markets can change, businesses can fail, and fortunes can be lost in ways no one anticipates. But your character, your integrity, your wisdom, and the way you treat others are treasures that cannot be taken away. When people admire you for your honesty, humility, compassion, and strength instead of your lifestyle, you build relationships that are rooted in respect rather than material gain. There is a unique freedom in living modestly, free from the exhausting need to impress strangers or compete with people who are running a different race. Quiet success allows you to focus on building a meaningful life instead of maintaining an image. Let your financial growth provide security, generosity, and peace rather than becoming a performance for public approval. The wealthiest person is not always the one with the most possessions, but the one who has mastered contentment and no longer feels the need to prove their value through material things. Build your fortune with discipline, protect it with wisdom, and carry it with humility. In the end, the richest life is not defined by what you display, it is defined by the peace, purpose, and character you possess when no one is looking. Not every thought that enters your mind needs to leave your mouth. One of the greatest signs of emotional maturity is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. In today's world, it is easy to feel pressured to have an opinion about everything. Social media encourages constant reactions, and every day people find themselves arguing over politics, religion, entertainment, relationships, personal choices, and countless other topics. Too often, these conversations become battles where the goal is not to understand but simply to win. Hours are spent trying to prove a point, defend an ego, or convince someone who has no intention of changing their perspective. In the end, very little is accomplished except frustration, damaged relationships, and wasted emotional energy. Wise people understand that speaking is easy, but speaking with purpose is rare. Before sharing an opinion, they pause and ask themselves, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it helpful? If the answer is no, they recognize that silence is often the stronger choice. Not because they are afraid to speak, but because they value peace more than the temporary satisfaction of winning an argument. Learning to control your opinions does not mean suppressing your beliefs or pretending you have nothing to say. It means developing the wisdom to recognize when your words will create value and when they will simply create more noise. There is a difference between meaningful conversation and pointless conflict. A meaningful conversation is built on respect, curiosity, and a genuine desire to learn from one another. A pointless conflict is driven by pride, emotion, and the need to be right at all costs. Every unnecessary argument steals time, focus, and inner peace that could have been invested in your own growth. The strongest people are not those who always have the last word, they are the ones who know that their self-worth does not depend on convincing everyone else. They choose their words carefully because they understand that words have the power to heal, encourage, teach, or divide. They speak when their voice can make a positive difference, and they remain silent when silence protects their peace and preserves their energy. Remember, wisdom is not measured by how often you speak or how many debates you win. It is measured by your ability to know when your voice is truly needed and when quiet confidence is the most powerful response of all. A peaceful mind is built not only by controlling your actions but also by mastering your words, and sometimes the most meaningful statement you can make is the one you choose not to say. Keep your anger silent until it calms. Anger is one of the fastest ways to destroy relationships, opportunities, and self-respect. Words spoken during emotional storms often become lifelong regrets. The Stoics compared anger to temporary madness because it clouds judgment and weakens reason. When emotions rise, silence becomes your greatest ally. Pause before reacting. Walk away if necessary. Breathe deeply. Give your mind enough time to return to clarity. Most conflicts grow larger because people speak before they think. Emotional control is not weakness, it is extraordinary strength. Anyone can shout. Few people can remain calm when provoked. The person who masters their emotions becomes impossible to manipulate. Your silence during moments of anger protects both your peace and your future. Success becomes far more powerful when it is carried with humility rather than displayed with pride. Many people feel the need to constantly talk about their achievements, remind others of their accomplishments, or seek recognition for every milestone they reach. But truly successful people often move differently. They understand that real success does not need to announce itself because the results are already visible through their work, their character, and the life they have built. Humility allows you to enjoy your achievements without becoming controlled by them. It keeps you grounded and reminds you that no accomplishment makes you better than anyone else. The moment success turns into arrogance, it begins to push people away. Arrogance creates comparison, resistance, and distance, while humility creates admiration, trust, and respect. People are naturally drawn to those who achieve great things while still treating others with kindness, gratitude, and respect. Quiet confidence is far more attractive than loud self-promotion because it reflects inner security rather than a need for external validation. The Stoics believed that everything in life is temporary, including success, status, wealth, and recognition. Fortune can change, circumstances can shift, and today's achievements can become tomorrow's memories. This perspective does not make success less meaningful, it makes gratitude more important. When you remain humble, you stay open to learning, improving, and growing instead of believing you have already arrived. Every accomplishment should become a reminder to work harder, serve others better, and carry yourself with even greater responsibility. Humility protects you from becoming blinded by your own success and keeps your focus on what truly matters, your values, your integrity, and the impact you have on others. Let your achievements speak through your actions rather than your words. Allow people to discover your success naturally instead of hearing about it repeatedly from you. In the end, the most respected individuals are not always the loudest or the most boastful, they are the ones who achieve great things while remaining grateful, teachable, and humble enough to remember that character will always matter more than recognition. Your inner peace is one of the greatest treasures you will ever possess, yet it is also one of the easiest things to lose if you do not protect it. Every day, life presents countless opportunities to become frustrated, offended, distracted, or emotionally exhausted. Some people intentionally create drama wherever they go, feeding on conflict, negativity, and endless arguments. Others may criticize you, misunderstand your intentions, or provoke you simply to get a reaction. If you respond to every insult, defend yourself against every accusation, or involve yourself in every disagreement, you slowly surrender control of your own emotional well-being. The truth is that not every invitation deserves your acceptance, and not every battle deserves your participation. Your attention and emotional energy are limited resources. Every unnecessary argument, every pointless debate, and every moment spent worrying about what others think is time and peace that you will never get back. The strongest people understand that protecting their mind is just as important as protecting their body. They refuse to let the opinions, moods, or behavior of others determine the quality of their own life. Instead of reacting impulsively, they pause, breathe, and choose the response that preserves their peace rather than satisfying their pride. Protecting your inner peace requires courage because it often means doing what your ego does not want to do. It means walking away from conversations that only create bitterness, refusing to explain yourself to people who have already decided not to understand you, letting go of the need to have the final word, and accepting that some misunderstandings are better left unresolved. It means setting healthy boundaries without guilt and recognizing that saying no to unnecessary chaos is actually saying yes to your own well-being. Every time you choose patience over anger, silence over pointless conflict, forgiveness over resentment, and wisdom over emotional reaction, you strengthen your character and reclaim your power. The world will always contain noise, criticism, uncertainty, and people who try to disturb your calm. You cannot control their actions, but you can control whether you allow them to live rent-free in your mind. Guard your peace with the same determination that others guard their greatest treasures, because unlike money, possessions, or status, a peaceful mind cannot simply be bought back once it has been repeatedly sacrificed. At the end of the day, true strength is not found in winning every argument or proving everyone wrong, it is found in remaining calm, centered, and unshaken while everything around you is pulling others into chaos. When you master your inner peace, you possess a strength that no circumstance and no person can ever take away. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. It is the ability to remain focused when others seek distractions. It is the courage to work without constant recognition. It is the wisdom to understand that not everything valuable needs an audience. The Stoics remind us that a peaceful life is built not only by what we choose to say, but also by what we wisely choose to leave unsaid. The less you seek validation from the world, the more control you gain over your own happiness. Your greatest victories do not need loud announcements. Your strongest qualities do not require constant explanation. And your deepest peace grows in the quiet moments where only your character speaks. Which of these 10 lessons do you think is the hardest to practice in today's world, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments. I would genuinely love to hear your perspective. If you found value in today's video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey into Stoic wisdom and personal growth. Share this video with someone who needs these timeless lessons today, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience, your insight, or even one sentence from your journey could inspire someone else to find greater peace, emotional control, and inner strength. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.